On the first day of the contaminated blood hearings in Edinburgh, victims and relatives have spoken out, describing what they say was a coalition of secrecy and a genuine attempt to obscure what happened. Thousands of patients were infected with HIV and hepatitis C via contaminated blood products in the 1970s and 80s. Here's our health editor, Hugh Pym.
Alistair, when he was about to start at university with the car shared with his sister, but he never got to do his final exams. He died at 22 with HIV/AIDS. That was because of treatment as a young boy for haemophilia with infected blood products. It was only an impersonal letter some years later which told his parents he'd been exposed to the virus after tests they didn't know had happened.
You learned that he had a potentially fatal, untreatable condition, and it manifested really in those early years when he was 14, 15, 16. He was hugely angry a lot of the time.
His mother believes she was infected with hepatitis while caring for him. She thinks the government shouldn't have allowed treatment with imported blood products from paid donors.
They suspect there was a political decision that we won't bother with those people. We'll spend our money on something else and not do this. We'll get the stuff from America, it's cheaper.
There was a public inquiry in Scotland under the Judge Lord Penrose with a final report in 2015, but it had limited powers and campaigners demonstrated their contempt, branding it a whitewash. After the Penrose report, the Scottish Government increased financial assistance for victims. The government at Westminster did the same for England just a couple of months ago. The Haemophilia Society said that meant support for those in Wales and Northern Ireland remained woefully inadequate. Some, like Dai, believe there was a coalition of secrecy. The Scottish hospital where he was treated didn't tell him for 9 years he had hepatitis C.
Had there been more openness and honesty, better treatments could possibly have developed more quickly, and perhaps many lives could have been saved and many more lives less blighted.
The judge said this was an inquiry without borders, but there wasn't the luxury of time as people continued to suffer and die. Hugh Pym, BBC News, Edinburgh.